Greetings and welcome. I'm Ron Wadhavan. We are going on a trip to a destination that is exciting and fun. We will take this trip not in a physical sense, but in spirit and thought. We are going to take a trip to the United States, and our purpose is to explore its educational opportunities for higher education for students in India who are interested to go abroad for higher studies. Before we begin our journey to the United States today, I want to share with you my personal journey that began some 35 years ago when I left the shores of India and headed to the US for higher education. I graduated from Columbia University, and I have also completed several executive programs at Harvard, MIT, and Yale. My journey has been exciting, informative, and adventurous. Overall, it has been a great experience. America is known as the land of opportunity and is also known as the land of milk and honey. Did you know that just by living in America, you are in the top 1% of the world population? Every year, thousands of students from around the world come to the US for higher education. Education in the US is generally thought to be expensive, but if you think about it, in inflation-adjusted dollars, the cost of getting an education in the US is not so expensive. There are many affordable options available that are not even advertised in India, and that's what we are going to talk about today. Our theme is Higher Education in the United States is Affordable. We will touch upon this point from different angles for the next 20-30 minutes or so. Before we talk about the affordability of education in the United States, let's take a look at the current state of education in India and the challenges it presents for its students. Where are we today? I am a believer in the student from India. I believe that students in India are amongst the finest in the world. What they need is the opportunity to showcase their mettle, their skills, and their ability to compete successfully with the best students from other countries. It is no surprise that students from India do so well in the United States. They are a part of the top 10% of any class that I have attended, along with students from China and Japan. Unfortunately, these bright students in India are shortchanged by the reservation system of seat allocation in the education landscape in India. Many deserving students get left out in spite of scoring in the 90s, and they are unable to pursue careers of their choice and are forced to consider alternative careers. Now that can be frustrating and demoralizing not only for the student but also for the family. As a result, students and their families look for education options overseas, which is usually not an easy task, but good information is available. You just have to look for it in the right places to make your right choices. You hear about the top universities from the US and other countries come to India and give presentations about how great the education is and present expensive options to aspiring students looking to go overseas to pursue their dreams. The high cost involved in attending these expensive universities discourage many of the students and their families from pursuing this path. I am here to share with you that there are many affordable opportunities in the US that are not even advertised in India. Because of the lack of information about affordable education opportunities in the US, students explore options to go to Canada, UK, or Australia, or even New Zealand. Our research shows that these countries are not amongst the first choice for the students. Most of them aspire to go to the US, and frankly, if you get the opportunity to go to the US, it should be your first choice, because a degree from a reputable American university carries more weight, and employers look at students with US degrees with more respect and consideration. What is our USP, or what value do we offer to you? Our value to you is we offer a complete A to Z one-stop solution center for higher education in the US, customized to meet your needs. Our focus is on affordable education options in the US. We are organized and have a presence in India as well as in the United States. And we also offer you a guarantee. Our guarantee is we will assist the student in applying to various colleges and universities in the US that he or she is qualified for until the student gets admission. Your satisfaction is our satisfaction. What services do we offer? Well, for starters, we will perform a free evaluation of the student's credentials and suitability in education programs of interest. We will guide the student in preparation of entrance exams such as SAT and TOEFL. For students in the bachelor's program who want to go for the master's program in the United States, we will also guide them to prepare for the GRE exam. We assist in organizing and submitting applications for admission to suitable universities of students' choice in a timely manner. We assist in paperwork for I-20 processing for F1 student visa to enter USA. We provide support for students to make a transition to American campus and way of life as an optional service. The million-dollar question on most people's minds is, can I afford to send my child or my student to the US for higher studies? The short and simple answer is yes, it is affordable, and yes, you can. You have to research carefully and locate options that best meet your needs financially and otherwise. There are need-based grants that are available from institutional funding. Academic scholarships are available. Departmental research assistantships are available. Departmental teaching assistantships are available. I can tell you from my own example that my education in the US was funded purely by research assistantships and teaching assistantships for the most part. At this point in time, I want to introduce the term adjusted tuition rate. Adjusted tuition rate is a very important term that you should know. It is calculated by subtracting a school's average grants and scholarships packages from the baseline tuition. ATR does not take into account federal or state funding. Governmental funding is not school specific and is not available for foreign students. What the adjusted tuition rate does is it levels the playing field for all students. Private schools tend to be pricier and offer higher aid packages for the most part. You know upfront what you can expect to pay if you have a financial need and or qualify for merit-based scholarships. Remember, not all schools offer aid packages to international students. Let's begin by taking a look at the top schools that are known for offering generous aid to international students. As you can see on the slide, some of the famous schools like Skidmore, Yale, Amherst, Williams, Wesleyan, and Trinity offer generous aids as high as the average is about $55,000 per year, and it also shows the number of international students who received aid during 2014 and 15, and the last column shows the rank and category of these colleges and universities and their national ranking. So if these top schools are offering generous aids, what is the problem? The problem is admission to the top schools in the USA is highly competitive, and most people hear about these universities, but they're very difficult to get into. For every available seat, there are at least 1500 plus applications from all over the world. If you happen to get admission, but you don't get the aid, it can be very expensive to attend these schools. So what's the solution? Well, you should begin by expanding your horizons. Look beyond the top schools to pursue your academic options. Look into the state universities, which are also known as government-run universities, and they have lower tuition fee structure. These schools have the same curriculum, the same program that the expensive universities do. You should look into the lesser known regional colleges. The important thing is to make sure that the colleges that you are looking into are accredited by the board. Accreditation is your standard that you need to go by. Let me introduce you to the term accreditation and what it means. Accreditation is a process of validation in which colleges, universities, and other institutions of higher learning are evaluated. The standards for accreditation are set by a peer review board whose members include faculty from various accredited colleges and universities. Accreditation is the process in which certification of competency, authority, or credibility is presented. Let's switch gears here and take a look at few affordable accredited universities. The two operative words here are accredited and affordable. Here's an example of Stony Brook University in New York. It's a state university. It is run by the state of New York and is funded by the government of the state of New York. It's a beautiful campus located very close to New York City. It is located in Nassau County, Long Island. Stony Brook has a number of cultural initiatives that make international students feel welcome. It has a Center for India Studies, Japan Center, and the Latin American and Caribbean Studies Center. Tuition is just $7,995 for in-state and $19,935 for out-of-state. The average adjusted tuition is about $11,638. The percentage of international students is 9% of the total student body. The next university I want to introduce is the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. It is located close to Chicago, another fine university. This university's International Students and Scholars Service provides a number of programs for a whopping 13% of the student population from other countries. Tuition is $14,750 for in-state, $29,132 for out-of-state. The adjusted tuition on the average works out to about $15,414, which is not too far away from the tuition that the in-state students pay. The percentage of international students, as we said earlier, is 13%, which is very healthy. The next university I want to introduce to you is Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa. This university is a fun-loving university. It has a fine football team that ranks in the top 5 in the country. This university is a major international teaching and research institute or university that welcomes over 3,500 international students to its community. With less than 21,000 price tag for out-of-state students, this public institution is pretty affordable even without grants and scholarships. Tuition for the in-state students is about $7,726. For out-of-state, it is $20,278. When you consider the average tuition minus institutional grants and scholarships, it works out to a mere $8,497. The percentage of international students is a healthy 7% of the total population. The next university is University of Oregon, Eugene, Oregon. Another beautiful campus located on the West Coast. This university has more than 2,500 students from 95 countries study at this campus each year. There are several merit-based scholarships and work-study opportunities for international students available. Tuition is $9,763 for in-state per year and $29,788 for out-of-state. When you take into account the institutional grants and scholarships available, it comes down to about $14,820. Percentage of international students is about 10%. At this point, I would like to give you, now what I've done here is I have given you a sample of international student-friendly universities across America, but this is just a sampling. There are hundreds of state and regional colleges and universities that offer tremendous value to students. These institutions do not have the budget or the manpower to advertise their programs to foreign students, so these programs remain hidden for the most part. This is where I urge you to do your research and find these hidden gems and know how to apply to them to get the best possible tuition and financial aid package they can offer. You can do this either on your own, or you could contact us, and if after evaluation we determine that you are serious about going to the US for your higher studies, we will take you as a client and guide you every step of the way in your journey to get accepted in a college or university in the USA. I want to briefly touch upon the concept of online degrees, which is fast catching up in the US for the most part because it is 50% or more savings as compared to attending regular college. It also offers the opportunity to get an education without taking time off from work. And if you want another degree to improve your career prospects, or maybe you just want to study in the comfort of your home. A number of colleges and universities offer online lectures and study materials that can be accessed from anywhere in the world, and that includes the top Ivy League schools that are also offering this type of program. So it's something that you may definitely want to consider in your career options or your educational options to pursue suitable careers. Now, to participate in these kind of programs, you need to have a high level of discipline and organization, because you are pretty much working on your own, although all the materials are given to you, but you need to be very organized and disciplined to succeed in these programs. Where do we go from here? If you have decided to pursue the option of higher education for yourself or for your child, you start right away. The best time to start preparing for the SAT college entrance exam for high school students is grade 9. By grade 10 they should be well on their way to taking coaching for SAT and TOEFL exams. If you're a bachelor's degree program student, you need to start preparing for the GRE exam and other applicable exams as soon as possible. I would also urge you to arrange for an aptitude test either for yourself or for your child or both, because it is the most important thing you can do for yourself or your child. Aptitude testing is not foolproof, but it can help you or your child to pinpoint the areas of interest. And if you are yourself pursuing a degree, you will know if you are in the right field that your aptitude testing is suggesting. As I said, aptitude testing is not foolproof, but it is a good indicator of what you could potentially do well. Here are a few useful website links for aptitude testing, for GRE preparation, for TOEFL preparation. For the SAT preparation, you can also take a look at, if you do a Google search, there are plenty of SAT preparation institutes that you can go to. Well, we are coming to the end of the seminar, so let's summarize. First of all, get started early. Whether you're a high school student or you are a college student pursuing a bachelor's degree and you want to pursue the option of going overseas for your higher studies, get started early. Research colleges and universities of your choice thoroughly. There is nothing better than doing your homework as soon as possible and as thoroughly as possible. You need to explore the financial options presented to you at each college or university you apply to. And if you want to come and talk to us, we'll be happy to offer you a free, no obligation consultation. Well, that brings me to the end of the seminar, and at this point I will open the floor and take a few questions.